Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
If people are yet joining, so we'll wait a few minutes before we start our session. I can see people yet entering.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. I like our meetings. One
Thank
of
you.
my favorite.
Khushbu,
Hello,
if you said,
everyone.
hear you. Sorry, and I interrupted somebody also.
Hello.
To be honest, even I enjoy these meetings. It's
Yes.
fun. Learn so much from each and every one of you. And it's so dynamic, Everybody's
Yeah.
different and has their own way of thinking, and we're trying to impart some leadership skills. So it's great fun.
Yeah. But this session is like taking your heart out. It's different.
Also, we are
Yeah.
discovering ourselves, ma'am.
Yes,
Something
Khushbu.
ourselves.
Yes, Soumitra, I understand. One of the things for a good leader is to understand themselves, right? So this is the basics, but we can't start with that on day one. It takes time to kind of build up to that. If they have a WhatsApp group to send a reminder that we are waiting for them.
Do you agree?
Very sent. Thank you. All right, we waited for 5 minutes and we should start. So, good afternoon, everyone. Good evening for those who are in another time zone. It's wonderful to be back again. And as you're aware, we've done the first session, the part one of this session, where we talked about what is a community of practice and why FEMA believes in a community of practice. And this is one of the sessions where we are trying to build a community of practice. And we have used an appreciative inquiry theme in understanding each other and yourself. And we broke you up into intentionally diverse groups for you to tell your stories. And we gave you a template of questions. And I believe last time each of you all must have shared either 2 or maybe 3 people have shared their story. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right.
It is
I
a nice
am
experience.
So I am sure you're waiting to hear the other 2 or 3 stories that are left out. So what we are going to do is, without much ado, but just remembering what is the purpose and what is the agreement. Whatever is discussed in the group stays in the group. You listen with compassion. You listen to understand, not to judge. Okay? Um, each person should be given space to talk. We have two ears, one mouth. Use it in that proportion to listen, listen, listen. All right. Um, listen without interrupting. Wait till that person finishes, and um, I hope you have the questions you have to ask, right? Do you all have the questions? Okay. So what I can request them to do is put them in the breakout rooms, at the same breakout rooms that they were in last time when we did the part 1 of this session. And from what I believe, it is now 4:07 at your place, Egypt time,
Yes.
right? 4:07, right? So we will meet at 5:40 or 5:30 maybe. Between 5:30 and 5:35 will give you the warning. 5:40 will get you out of that group. Okay? If you need more time, let us know. If your stories are not over, we will give you more time. The session ends at 6. I just need last 10 minutes to wrap it up. So we can wait till 5:45 also if you have not finished. But I'll start checking in at 5:30. 5:30 will give you the reminder. 5:35 and 5:40 will get you out. If you need more time, please indicate on the message. All right. Enjoy your stories. Please put them in their groups.
Okay, doctor.
There should be 4 breakout rooms, right?
Okay.
Okay. So there are 4 breakout rooms, right?
Right.
Superb. Fantastic. Now that they've gone in their group, I'm around. Um, we'll call them at about 5:35. We'll remind them at 5:40. We'll just check, are you done? Then we'll get them all back at 5:40, 5:45. Okay? Till then, I'm muting and I'm putting my video off and continuing my work on the laptop. Is that okay?
Okay, doctor. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
You managed to finish all your discussions and narratives.
Yes, the time was enough.
All right. So, respecting what we all agreed, what stays in the happens in the group and is discussed in the group stays in the group. I'm just going to ask about 2, 3 couple of things. One is your reactions to this process. Your any comments that you have about after experiencing it. How do you think you can use it in your situation and context? All right. So first is your reaction to this experience. How do you understand this process and how will you use it in your own context, in your own hospitals, medical colleges, whatever?
My reaction at first, I thought it will be boring, and I wasn't motivated. I have to be honest. But once we started telling, I was enjoying the time very much. I from inside, I wish that the time shouldn't end. I wish the time should be more and more. But at the beginning, I thought that it would be never. Like I can never speak for 30 minutes. But after we started the discussions, like a lot of ideas and common ideas we shared together, I learned from my colleagues a lot of ideas that can be implemented. I can't tell because the rules say that what we said will be kept as a secret between us. But colleagues gave me maybe 3 or 4 ideas which are very helpful, and inshallah I will implement in my institution. Thank you.
You. Anybody else for their reactions, comments, critiques?
I have the same feeling as Amira. We were in the same group, by the way. And really, at the beginning, I thought how I will speak for 30 minutes. And then I completed the 30 minutes and I have a lot to say and I enjoyed this time with them. and we found many things in common between us. So it was a very wonderful time, and it's a nice experience. And we shared ideas together, and it was very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you, Randa.
Thank you, Dr.
Sure, at first I was intended or not intended to be conservative in talking and telling everything, but really, after short time, I get more relaxed and comfort and begin to spill out all my feeling and experience, and it is amazing. And we didn't do that much. So I think and I believe I was in need for that, and I need a lot anyway. And I expected that my story very struggling, and I face a lot of conflict. It was a very harsh and difficult life, but when you listen to other stories, you think that your story is one in million of others' story. But the struggling in life making a lot in our personality. Sure.
Thank you. Very insightful. Anybody else? All right, so my other question is, we realize there's so many commonalities amongst us all. So my other question is also, how do you think you can use this in your own setting, in your own context? How will you use this concept of learning circles in your settings? In the syllabus, we've given outline of how it can be done, and you've experienced this. But any thoughts on whether you can use it in your own context?
I think that we need to listen more before judging, and just to wait. Even if there is a conflict, or there is a behavior that you don't understand, you need to know the story behind it, or the things that made someone to behave like this, or to do something you might not accept, or you feel that it's strange. When you know the reason behind it, when you know the story behind it, you might understand why this person acted like this. You might find a solution, or a meeting point where you and the other one can join, or can have a common ground, as I call it. So this is important, I think, in our schools, even with our family members, not only on a professional level.
Very true. Marwa, you're talking about the general principles. I was going one step further and talking about, as a teacher, as a faculty, can you use learning circles in the faculty or in your students to create these communities of practice? Do you think this tight bonds that we are trying to foster will help you along the way, is what we are hoping. And that is what we have seen over the years. But also whether you can do this in your UG, PG, faculty, I don't know how. I know for a fact that people have used it in different ways with students. They adapt the questions. They may, because when at least in India, undergrad students are 18. So then you have to be careful about how much they disclose, because, they cannot be the smartest at keeping secrets. But we have used modifications of this. People have used it in PG students very effectively, because PG students are also smaller groups than UGs. So to create bonds between the student so that there is better bonding and cohesion, better teamwork, and they help along each other ways. I know people have used it in their department faculty also. So these are examples, but I'm just wondering in your creating a learning circle, would it be useful? What do you feel?
I think it's important to have bonds between the people in the same teamwork. And we have to use this to choose the people with similar ideas, with the similar, to do the design job together. So they will help each other and they will not be conflict in the team work.
Very true. Preparation is required for such things.
Yes, yes. The meeting many times to know the like the psychological profile or the characters of each one in the team. So to try to design the job for the team members, each one by his personality, and to regroup the people with similar interest and characters.
So I must tell you, when we grouped you, we tried to make it as diverse as possible because we believe the more diverse, more you will learn from each other. We normally tend to become friends with people who are very similar. So we already have people who are similar, but we need to step out into the diversity to get other points of view also. And step out in a guided, appreciative manner. All right?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So I see that there are no more questions. So thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed this session and enjoy the rest of the evening. Hope to see you somewhere along the way.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, boys.